Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for our box opening number 4 of the DC Multiverse Dark Knight Returns line by McFarlane Toys. This one is the Robin. This one's going to have the final pieces of the horse that you build for the set, the Build-A-Figure piece. Really excited to get this horse put together, see how it looks. I don't have the Batman with me right now to really put on it, but I do want to kind of get the horse assembled, kind of see how it feels in hand and see if it was really worth all the work, because tracking down this one was a bit of a task, because a lot of places ended up putting these on clearance like Target and GameStop, and this was the one that was the harder of all 4 of them to get. And so tracking this one down on clearance was, or in general, was kind of a pain, but I managed to find one, ended up getting full retail on it, so it was like 20 bucks, but all in all, still not bad. It's like 25, but I had some GameStop rewards, so that kind of helped cushion the blow on that. But it completes the horse, so it'll be well worth it in the long run. And considering I got the other 3 on discounts and clearance, it'll offset. But yeah, this is the Robin. This is the 4th figure in this set to build the horse for Batman. Let's go ahead and rip it open, see if the figure's any good. If you haven't already, make sure you check out the channel for the unboxing videos for the other 3 figures from the set, which is going to be the Batman, the Joker, and the Superman. Those should all be up just now by this point. In fact, the Superman I just got done recording a few minutes ago. So if anything, that one should be uploaded definitely before the Robin is. So yeah, make sure you check that out if you haven't already. You can kind of see how those figure reviews went. And see what kind of scores I gave them, and see if they are something that you might be interested in getting, because I think they are pretty decent figures, worth picking up at least, especially if you're a fan of the Dark Knight Returns book by Frank Miller. They're really nice pieces to have in a display. Throw them in there with a paperback or hardcover version of the book. I think it would look really awesome. So let's go ahead and get the pieces of the Build-A-Horse. I'd say Build-A-Figure, but it's a horse, so we'll just keep it at that. And then let me see if I can find a way to get Robin out of here without, I don't know, these bands are in such tight spots, it's really hard for me to get my fingers in there. Let's see if I can get it out. I don't want to power town this toy and just snap the legs off of it, so just got to get it in there. Well, and I jinxed myself. Okay, that's cool. Guess we're going to learn today, right? I'm sure it'll go back on. Golly, this thing is... There we go. Whew. That Robin is in there tight. Jeez Louise. I did not want you getting that figure out of there. There we go. Okay, cool. Well, there's Robin with one less leg, which, like I said, I'm sure it'll pop back in place. And of course, it comes with a slingshot accessory. Kind of neat. Let's go ahead and get this over here off the screen. First, let's go ahead and repair this figure. Feel awful that we did that, but yeah, like you see, it's a clear joint there, so it should just pop right back on, which I'm not surprised by that. These smaller figures, usually they'll have... The joints will be a little more forgiving in terms of reattaching them. Okay, but first off, let's go ahead and take a look at the face on this one. So it's fairly on point in terms of like the glasses and the look of the character. The glasses seem to be a bit off, so you can't really see one of her eyes too well. But overall, I think it's okay. It's acceptable. I mean, depending on how you have it posed, you can't really tell, to be honest. Typical rubber cape. This is actually kind of flexible as well, which is kind of nice. It's not just completely molded on hard plastic. The only thing that worries me about this figure is these like arms and legs are so thin, it almost makes you worry you're just going to just break one off at the joint. And I do mean like snap off one of the elbows or something like that. But the joints do move pretty well, surprisingly. Yeah, the knees are good. They even have your boy's favorite thing, the toe joint, which I'm appreciative of. Especially this figure, I think it might actually come in handy. I'm sure you can probably do some pretty cool poses with this one. wrist and hand articulation right there. Very, very nice, very smooth. Like I said, and the elbow joints are actually pretty smooth. Like they're, you know, those kind of clicky joints, and that's fine with me. I'm all right with that. If I can just get this arm to go down. Okay, that was what I was concerned with, is popping the arm down. Like I said, the deco is very clean. The paint application is good. No issues with that, like we did with the Superman. Thank goodness. Which if you haven't already, check out the Superman video, and you'll kind of see what I'm talking about in terms of paint application issues. But overall, the deco and paint design on this figure looks good and clean. The face sculpt looks fine. The hair looks really good, very on point with the comic accuracy of the character. But yeah, this is a very, very nice figure, surprisingly. Very small. I'll just kind of give you an example. You know, here's Robin, here's Superman. So definitely a substantially smaller figure. Yeah, this is a really, really nice figure, all things considered. Like I said in the beginning of the video, getting this was a little bit harder because once they started clearancing the set out a lot of places, this was the one people were snatching up because a lot of people needed that torso from the horse to complete their set. So let's go ahead and see how she stands on her own. Okay, there we go. Stands pretty well on her own. Straight angle, very nice, I'll take it. Let's see how the slingshot's going to fit in her hand. If it will fit at all. It's a very big handle and her hand's very small. There we go. Okay. It will fit, takes a little finagling, but not bad at all. I will take that as well. So there we go. Very nice. Just going to turn it that way, make it look like... Yeah, there we go. See? Okay, now I will say, I do like that. That's a really cool little detail, is having that little finger out there to kind of help hold on to that. That's really nice. I do like that. I can appreciate that. So that's very cool. Let's go ahead and get her on her stand real quick. Foot fits on very tight, very secure, very nice. That's okay. I'm completely down for that. That's a great figure. Overall, I think I'm going to give this one a 9. Very clean, great joints, good face sculpt. Overall production of the figure, design looks great, paint's good, joints are good, and it's even got this cool little finger set on the hand to properly do the slingshot, and I really appreciate that. That's a very cool little detail. So I like that. Give that a 9 out of 10. Solid figure. There's a shot of the card there. Like I said, very nice figure. And then now, as I had promised in the Superman video, we're going to go ahead and assemble the horse while we are here today. So let's go ahead and get started on that. So go ahead and take our back leg. Make sure it's attached just right. Okay, so it doesn't like... Maybe it does. Hold on. Okay, so you have to really push in real hard, and it will snap in, and it holds in place. It's very tight, so that's totally okay with me. At first, I was a little concerned, like, is this thing going to be tight? Is it going to be loose? Because I'm not down for no loose horse leg. Okay, so the hoof does flex. This one's a little tight. Might need to blow dryer or just kind of warm them up a little bit, but it will go on, and it will adjust. Let's go ahead and get this second leg on. Again, got to snap in place. Adjust this hoof down. I'm going to just put it in a normal standing position before I try to pose it or anything. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get our legs in here. So here is our first leg. So this is going to be the left one. Tells you right there. So that's going to be right here. Should just go right into place. There's a little groove in there. At least there should be. Alright, locks in place. Very nice. Alright. That looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and get our right side. And again, it tells you right quarter. There we go. Alright, now let's go ahead and get our... So I guess we can go ahead and put these two pieces together. I would assume it looks like you can probably go ahead and just snap the head on once this is all together. Okay, so to put this on, you kind of have to slide it on. Like the two pieces that connect in the front are kind of like two-way hinges, kind of like this. So just be aware of that. Don't get frustrated if you're trying to put it together. That's just how it is. Okay, so there's that. Okay, already standing pretty okay on its own. Just like that. Legs are very like... Oh, and I just knocked the whole damn thing out of place. Okay, let's get it back together. I feel like it shouldn't just pop apart that easy, but okay. These legs are super close together. That's a bit worrisome, to be honest. I feel like they should still be a little further apart. So I may have to heat those up and separate them a little bit. Because I know I put them in the right spots. But boy, this thing separates entirely too easy. Like, I get it. Like, you should be able to take it apart if you need to, but it shouldn't just, like, I mean, almost no pressure at all. Let's go and get the tail piece in real quick. And again, just... Okay, there we go. So our tail is in place. Yeah, like it's weird because those two front legs, it's almost like hard for it to balance, if that makes sense. And I don't think you really want to like... Yeah, I don't know about the legs. The legs are really got me questioning things right now. Yeah, and it's got to go in that way too, because as you see, one side is thicker than the other. If you put this thinner side in, it's not going to fit right, because even in there, it's a little thicker on one side than the other. So the thicker side has to go down. So yes, it's in the right corner. I'm not sure why it's being so stubborn. Okay, so there's that. Let's go ahead and get our head in. Okay, so the head is in place now. Let's get our saddle on. Okay, well, I guess we got to put that on before we put the horse together. Learn something new every day, so let's go ahead and just, I guess, take it apart. I was gonna say, watch it like now not want to come apart. Let me slide it on this way, maybe. Okay, so yeah, you can go up over the legs and slide it on that way without completely taking it apart. And then put the head back on. There we go. Okay, so that actually looks really good. Putting it together was a little bit of a pain. The legs are questionable. I may have to heat those up, warm them up, and kind of pull them outwards, because right now they're like a inner, like a V. I need more like an A. So I may have to warm those up, but it stands up very nice on its own, so I can't complain on that. I was kind of concerned because it's heavy. Overall, when this thing's fully put together, it's pretty heavy. The head does move a little bit, not a lot. You got the neck action right there, which is good. The leg joints don't work too bad either. Nothing terrible there. But let's... I'm just going to put Superman on here for the hell of it. I know he doesn't belong on here, but I'll put him on there since I don't have the Batman here, just to kind of see how the figure fits. And yeah, that's not bad at all. Superman actually fits on there pretty nicely. Good scaling too with the figure, so I'll take that. So yeah, okay. So this horse is not bad at all, for sure. Definitely some issues with it per se. Obviously, I can't say it's perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But overall, not too bad. I'd give the horse probably an 8 out of 10. Just because it comes apart a little too easy here. And I do feel like some of the parts, like the legs, I don't know. Like I said, that stuff being so close together just kind of worries me a little bit. But overall, solid piece, and I think with the Batman on it, I'd probably bump it up to a 9. But overall, great figure. If you can get these figures still on clearance somewhere, I'd highly recommend it. It's a very cool set. The horse is definitely worth it. But yeah, check it out. Batman Dark Knight Returns from the DC McFarlane Multiverse set. Thank you guys for checking out this video and, of course, the other 3 if you did already. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Feel free to comment. But as always, have yourself an awesome day.